China is home to more than 2,800 county-level administrative regions, spreading across more than 9.6 million square kilometers. Counties play a crucial role in governance, helping to guide and implement economic policies, ensuring quality of life for local residents, as well as maintaining stability both locally and nationally. On the front line of these endeavors are county committees of the Communist Party of China. The committees are led by party secretaries, who are often likened to commanders-in-chief. No day is ever the same.
做这个县委书记，始终感到工作上的还是有压力的。
要锤炼过硬的本领，第一点就是经济发展的本领。
These secretaries are not only veteran officials.
我觉得真正费劲的、烧脑的还是县委书记这一条。
The younger generation too have stepped up to play their part.
到一个县区岗位上开展工作，首先应该是非常忐忑的。
You may wonder how the secretaries of the CPC county committees make decisions, how they develop the local economy and resolve conflicts. What have they done to make such sweeping changes in rural China happen? Lancao County in Henan Province, central China, was once synonymous with poverty. The Yellow River, the mother river of the Chinese nation, makes its last turn here before joining the vast sea. More than 50 years ago, Zhao Yulu, then secretary of CPC Lancao County Committee, in a mission to rid the area of poverty, led battles against sandstorms, vast swathes of saline alkali land, and floods. He died in the line of duty. Today, his memory lives on, honored as a role model for CPC County Committee secretaries. Half a century after his death, Lancao has bid farewell to extreme poverty, transforming itself.
在我心目中，我也没想到能来到兰考做这个县委书记，到这以后呢，始终感到工作上的还是有压力的，但这种压力对我们的新时代的兰考人来说，包括我在内，一定是动力。
东环还往东边，
肯定这边也要扩。
东环东面。
对。
Lee's top priorities are to make sure the hard-won gains of poverty elimination are not reversed, and that rural revitalization is a success. During the winter wheat harvest, Lee and his fellow party officials in Lancao will stay in the villages for at least one night every week to listen to the public's thoughts and concerns. Today, Lee is going to Baiyuanshan village.
他在美丽乡村建设上，他还是需要大量的资金。在这个时候，就需要县里边来统筹，整合我们的省种资金呐，因为我们国有企业来融资啊，然后群众也很积极啊。现在群众都在搞3捐呀，捐款、捐物、捐劳力，这样形成一个大合唱，这样来建设美丽乡村。因为中国这么多的县，你兰考也是其中一个缩影，咱们自己的内生动力的调动，当然各个部门都很支持。
Lee must offer support to farming households who have just been lifted out of poverty. There is always the danger that some unforeseen events, such as a sudden illness, could undo all their hard work, and they could slip back into poverty. Lee conducted a thorough countrywide investigation and found that nearly 4,000 people from more than 1,500 households were at risk of returning to poverty. Thus, they were offered targeted support.
我们说民主决策也好，民主集中制也好，关键是要把基层情况吃透。为什么我要倾倒下乡啊？咱们打的法宝就实事求是。
More than 100 years ago, Mao Zedong lived and studied at Yuelu Academy. He was deeply touched when he opened the window and saw a plaque inscribed with "Seeking Truth from Facts." This nearly 2,000-year-old Chinese motto means problems must be solved from the root, exaggeration must be avoided, and you must see with your eyes wide open. In 1945, seeking truth from facts was incorporated into the Constitution of the Communist Party of China for every party member to uphold. This in-depth research and study approach, which involves engagement with the public before policies and measures are formulated, is called "From the People to the People" by the Communists. They always say that the interests of the people are no trivial matters. Democratic centralism is a fundamental CPC principle. It both stimulates the party and unifies its thoughts and actions, thus effectively preventing discussion without decision and decision without execution.
还是就是在美丽乡村建设有啥问题，要实实在在给我端过来，然后我们来个人目的就在解决问题。
现在就有一个问题，
哦，
就是我们的下水问题，生活下水、城市下水，你们都会房子里面的那个下水的，好的，资金是有保证，
所以你要从基础上就要把这个事儿彻底改过来。他提的是有道理。 我不知道你们这个有安排没有？让规划团队驻村设计啊，老孔。
好，
这是必须的，别在室内画那个屯儿，不管用。要一家一户的给他搞设计，先干，只要按标准干，一定上级的补助资金会到位。这些都是我们在基层一户一户发现什么问题，然后大家来讨论，最后形成大家的意见。 统一的意志，我们党的要求啊，确确实实，我觉得这种工作方法也是对的，拿出的东西行之有效，而不是咱们坐在办公室去研究这些东西，然后发下去不管用。
After returning to the county seat, Li led a standing committee meeting of the local CPC County Committee. He presented the problems he had uncovered in Baiyuanshan. The next stage will be a collective study which will form a final decision.
哎，王飞他刚才提的规划的问题，今天我去白云山让他配一个高标准的规划团队，到现在也没有啊。
这个工作还就是张庄、白云山还有这个河寨
包括建设队伍都没有。我今天去了，还是自己在这玩来呢。
现在咱规划的主要力量是在陆羽和炎黄，现在凑不出人了。 等那个炎黄这个，
那这两个村合这白云山也很重要啊。
现在是咱所有的规划团队能用的、水平高的都在这两块儿。我想那个把炎黄这个到一半了以后，再做保持这种延续性。
好，这是对的。啊，我们的规划团队必须住到村里边。
Democratic centralism is a combination of centralism based on democracy and democracy under centralized guidance. It is integral to how party committees and governments at all levels make decisions.
听了大家的意见，我想咱形成几个方面的决议。第一个呢，我们美丽乡村建设，高起点的规划，高标准的建设，在形成这个决议之前是自下而上的，那么在执行的阶段，一定是自上而下的。党的决定，每个党员、每个干部必须不折不扣的执行。这也体现了我们党对基层干部的管理。
The CPC's approach to democracy is a brand new system, known as Whole Process People's Democracy. It is different from voting democracy, where after voting the people soon revert to inactivity, where impractical slogans are bandied about during election campaigns. But the people have no right to speak after that, and where people are favoured during canvassing, but are left out in the cold after the election. Whole process people's democracy features real participation across the whole process, including democratic elections, political consultations, decision-making, management, and oversight, so that democracy can really solve problems. In 1944, Gunther Stein, a British correspondent, visited Yan'an, the location of the CPC Central Committee at that time, and he saw how even the illiterate were involved in the democratic process.
在陕甘宁边区政府期间呢，在我们盐池县就有豆子民主这样一个典型的案例。当时呢，我们老百姓很多不识字，没法填选举票。 那么怎么办呢？就通过投豆子的方式来开展民主工作。金豆豆、银豆豆，豆子不能随便投，选好人办好事，投在好人碗里头。
This was a popular folk song at the time. This simple method facilitated public participation in the election. It was an effective method for the CPC to promote people's democracy. Fengjie is the starting point of the famous Three Gorges. This county inspired countless Chinese poets to write many ancient poems. Li Bai, a famous Tang Dynasty poet, authored the widely known 7-character quatrain, setting off early from Baidi Cheng. This is a tiny mountain village in Fengjie County, so small you can't even find it on a map. Right now, villagers are having a discussion.
水是天上下的，为什么还要收我们的水费呢？你冲就水几条，你按照水表的，他或者他水比他高。可以，那一个人不收水费的，可以另外我们高上。你别说高上几钱？那你不把那个人选出来，我们都不得给那个钱。
The local terrain makes water storage difficult, so CPC Fengjie County Committee decided to build a reservoir to provide clean drinking water to every household. However, some villagers questioned why they now needed to pay for water. Young Shu Hai, who was then secretary, came to the village to hear their concerns.
好。我们的一个社以后吃水不缺水，所以要按水表收水费一家人。你如果是去挑水，一天1个小时，才能把你那一家人的水挑起。你一天1个小时的，就把你那1个月的水费钱挣转来了，那哪不划算的？也是少数服从多数，我们大家来举一下手，好，要不然呢？ 来，同意的请举手。有好多个啊！
支持的声音让我们更有信心，那反对的声音或者有异议，对我们来讲也是一种提醒。
刚才大家你一言我一语，把大家的谈大家的看法，也说我们内心的想法，共同商量，也找到了我们解决问题的办法。 所以刚才通过这种办法，有商有量的把那个问题解决好。其实和我们县里面的那些工作它也是一样的，就什么事情大家说出来，什么想法。
In addition to this face-to-face appeal session, the people of Fengjie can call the 24-hour service hotline to raise their concerns directly with the CPC County Committee.
你好，好的，我们马上交办转交给相关的部门。我们是凤吉县民生支持服务中心，请有什么？
The CPC County Committee must follow up on the results and provide timely feedback.
这个你们应该比较清楚，最新的消息要找那2个部门是吧？
Fengjie is in Chongqing Municipality. This municipality is where the political consultative conference approach originated in the 1940s. It was the birthplace of 5 historical agreements, including a proposal on how to peacefully and democratically found the new country.
政协并不是可有可无，它是我们的基本政治制度，就是用政治协商的方式来凝聚人心，就照顾到各个方面的利益，然后争取最大的共识。
In September 1949, the first plenary session of the Chinese People's Political Consultative Conference, CPPCC, was convened in Beijing. 2 days after the conference finished, New China was founded. New China and the CPPCC are inextricably linked. The CPC's multi-party cooperation and political consultation system is unique. It avoids the drawbacks of lack of oversight, taking turns to rule, and vicious competition. This afternoon, young Shu Hai attended the Political Consultative Conference of Fengjie County. The conference covered opinions offered by representatives from non-CPC political parties and people without party affiliation. They were invited to advise the CPC Fengjie County Committee and discuss solutions to current issues.
我叫陈登俊，来自文旅界别组，是民革供给组织部的委员。我既是一名政协委员，又是这个城市的居民，对县委设立民生之声感受很深。这个平台方便使用，但是还有部分居民对它认识度不够，有效使用率不够，建议县委进一步加大宣传力度，同时完善委访考核机制。
开通民生之声这么一个想法呢，其实就还是要解决群众的诉求，实际上就是让群众有话能说，有事能办，有难能解。那回过头来也体现我们党委政府无处不在、无时不在和无事不在的服务的状态。
The bridges in Fengjie connect both sides of the Yangtze River, while the Bridge of Consultative Democracy connects all sectors of society. Under the multi-party cooperation and political consultation system, non-CPC parties and personages without party affiliation are active in and supervise the decision-making and policy implementation of CPC committees. In today's China, negotiation is used to achieve common ground and identify shared interests. This is Chinese democracy. It is hard to imagine that this vast grassland, where only 2 people live on every square kilometre, has a modern primary school. Their school only has 12 students, all identify as ethnically Hui. Party Secretary Gong Shuefei was born in the 1980s. He has been in office for less than a year. He really values education for ethnic minorities.
这个我想感谢咱们书记和县委政府对咱们这个学校这个特别的关注啊。我们学校这个也因为是现在这个老师啊，这个年龄结构比较这个很大一些，很大。你像我都已经54了啊，最小的一位老师呢48岁啊，54是哪比较具体的地方？对啊，一直在强调我说我们。
To inject some youthful vitality into the school, the County Party Committee and the county government initiated a part-time teacher system. This rotation system recruits young teachers from urban areas.
你们好，马老师啊，
老师好
几位小朋友好，就是这个课说你上的最好，是不是啊？还有他们，好像是11岁啊，11岁。喜欢马老师吗？喜欢。你还有点不好意思啊。
Because the teachers are older, they don't often play with the students outside. Gong Shuefei asked the kids if he could join them in a kickabout.
特别是我到盐池县工作以后，通过跟同志们的交流，通过对基层的调研，发现以前的学习和积累，在新的岗位上工作是相通的。特别是刚才我提到的对人民这种情怀，对责任这种担当，对事业的这种负责，这是我们干好任何一切工作的一个基本点。
Ethnic issues have and will continue to be important to the CPC. This is best illustrated by the regional ethnic autonomy system. This system was initiated by Mao Zedong in 1936 under the principle of ethnic equality. The same year, the first county-level autonomous government for ethnic minorities was established in the Shangan-Ning border region. Edgar Snow, an American correspondent, said in his book Red Star Over China that it was the most important thing that he had seen in Ningxia. Yan Che is here.
从58年我们宁夏成立到现在，应该是经济社会发展和谐稳定，各民族你中有我，我中有你。同时呢，我们通过积极的帮扶，通过培训，通过就业等多种方式，提高我们少数民族的同胞的收入，来确保大家实现共同富裕这样一个目标。
Tan sheep and Yan Che have been interconnected for thousands of years. In recent years, the breed has even helped locals rid themselves of poverty. Tourism, too, is an emerging income in Yan Che. To promote skydiving, Gong Shuefei's predecessor tried out the sport himself, jumping from a height of 3,000 meters. These sorts of unique stunts have helped many counties attract investment. Zhangjipan village, with an annual per capita income of less than $234.9, was once classed as destitute. Villagers relied on government relief. In 2006, the party branch secretary of the village brainstormed with the community and rolled out an innovative financing program backed by a poverty alleviation fund of $31,320, allocated by the national government.
所以我们召开村民代表大会，走哪家住户走访，然后座谈，我们以接待的方式让老百姓去发展，党员一帮一这个模式。
This approach, featuring mutual help and risk sharing, earned Zhangjipan the reputation of credit village, and the system spread far and wide.
那我的资金呢，从当时的06年的20万，到我们2020年年底，我达到了940万资金。所以说，这个呢，为我们从脱贫攻坚这块呢，奠定了一个坚实的基础，也为我们老百姓在金融这块打通了最后的1公里。
我们曾记畔村的金融创新是通过民主意识溢出来的，体现了我们老百姓的智慧。但是另外一方面， 金融创新的能够的成功和推广，也建立在我们政府信用基础之上，也建立在我们把政府把太阳产业做大做强的基础之上。
Kunshan in Jiangsu Province, East China, is adjacent to Shanghai. It is a county-level city with a permanent population of more than 3 million. It has topped the ranking in China's top 100 county-level cities in terms of comprehensive strength for 17 consecutive years. Even in 2020, badly impacted by the epidemic, its total industrial output value still exceeded $156.5 billion.
最近中国话讲得越来越好。
哦，谢谢谢谢，我很努力学习。
啊，这一台是10米每秒，这而且是双轿厢的，是吧？双轿厢的，对。
This elevator, one of the fastest elevators in the world today, is produced by Finnish firm Kone Elevator. Several of its production lines are in Kunshan.
去年1年呢，确实动力非常给力，去年增长得非常好，是我们昆山税收最大的一家企业。来就是要为企业服务，主要听听，丹尼尔有没有什么困难和问题？
We already started our digital transformation in our factories,
okay.
right? We started in the machine factory,
yeah.
right? And we are doing this with our own efforts, with our own ideas. Right? It would be really interesting and to hear from you if you can provide us some support to be perhaps more systematic and be even more faster in those efforts.
今年我们年初苏州市的第一个会议。 就是数字经济发展大会，很重要的一个方面就是我们制造业的智能化改造和数字化转型。昆山制定了制造业智能化改造数字化转型3年计划，同时还出台了鲲鹏数字伙伴计划，提供了非常多的政策支撑。
After leaving Kone Elevator, Wu Xinming went to NSK, a Japanese-funded enterprise which ranks first in market share in Japan and is at the forefront of its industry. In 1995, NSK founded its first Chinese factory in Kunshan.
でまだ河野さんこの原橋エリアには日本人学校とか日本の医療機関がまだありません。なんで通勤面でですね少しばかりご配慮をいただけるとあります。
一个呢，解决医疗的问题。 可以在我们现有的昆山有2个3甲医院，在这个3甲医院基础上，这个开设相应的一些科室啊。就刚才龙川提到的就是交通的问题。对的。我们胡刚局长，你跟龙川这个介绍介绍哈。
Wu must solve any problems faced by enterprises. As he has frequent contact with foreign entities, he often uses his English name.
我的英文名字就是2005起的，我的名字吴新明嘛，Simon就是有点近。
At present, the Yangtze River Delta where Kunshan is located is the barometer of China's opening up and a key link of the stable global supply chain, especially during the epidemic. In May 2021, the Consul General of Japan in Shanghai made a special trip to Kunshan to discuss investment by Japanese SMEs in the city. It is common for large Japanese enterprises to invest in China. Now Japanese SMEs are also eyeing China. They see value in Kunshan as an attractive destination. On March 13, 2020, a coffee innovation industrial park backed by Starbucks opened in Kunshan. The county committee party secretary needs to be more market savvy when governing an economically strong county like Kunshan.
而且2002年我直接到吴江开发区担任经发局局长，经济发展局局长其实就是为企业服务啊，包括招商。09年开始担任乡镇党委书记，镇一级呢应该说是最基础的单位，在我们中国目前的这个体制下，镇一级是最基础、我觉得也是最重要的。乡镇党委书记虽然是镇， 但是什么事情你都会碰到，上面牵根线，下面一根针，所有的你党委书记必须要懂。
The CPC selects officials based on moral integrity and professional competence. Only doers who aim to long serve the people are selected, other than the orators who take no actions.
所以我说，我们没有理由不为企业服务好。你没有产业的支撑，没有强大的经济支撑，我哪来钱建我们昆山县一级的第一条地铁线？哪有这个基础来改善我们的这个交通啊，提升城市的功能啊？所以经济发展还是重中之重。
Opening up is the inherent gene and trait of the CPC. It has gone from a small party with just over 50 members to celebrate its centenary with more than 95 million members today. Since its birth, the CPC has continuously absorbed, learned, and shared the most advanced ideas and technologies of human civilization.
所以总书记也一直讲呀，构建人类命运共同体。我觉得这个就是我们党的这个属性决定的啊，开放的政党带动开放的事业。
In the lower reaches of the Yangtze River, Wu Xinming was running between major transnational enterprises, focusing on optimizing the business environment, while in the upper reaches of the Yangtze River, Yang Shuhai was busy mobilizing the power from all sectors of society to accelerate the rural revitalization. In the lower reaches of the Yellow River, Li Mingjuan was running between different villages and towns, working out how to improve the lives of the people who have got rid of poverty. While in the upper reaches of the Yellow River, Gong Shuefei was eager to attract talent and mobilize resources for quality education for children of ethnic minority groups. Like them, more than 2,800 county committee party secretaries shared the same aspiration and goal. That is, helping every person live a better life.